Hi everyone. Today let's color this rhino. He's in a storm here, it looks like. This is an AI generated image. I've got my crazy art crayons here. And let's consider our options. So we can use some green or yellow for the grass. A rhino is actually gray. Or we could get fanciful with the colors. We have quite a few colors here. So, pink might make it look like a feminine rhino. Let's see. What about something bold like an orange? How would we do an orange? Let's see. We're going to need some shading, so we can use black. Perhaps another color. So, let's keep the tones like this. And for this here, I'm going to use blue. So let's see how this looks. And this for the grass. So, I'll start with the grass here. And I'm just doing the base with this dark green. So, in this video, I'm going to show how you can kind of be free about your color choices. You have to be smart about it to make it look really good, but you really do have a lot of choices when it comes to your colors. Alright, put that aside for the moment. Okay, set these up here. So, blue for the lightning. I'll just take a minute to color these in. So, as I started to say earlier, this is AI generated. I used GenTube. That's a free app to create it. It's a AI that only creates images. You can create some spectacular images. I've started using it lately instead of well, I use less ChatGPT, but I'm still using it. Gemini also is a good one. But this GenTube is really fantastic. It has no image limit, so you can create as many images as you want. It's not as powerful, but it's very creative. So what I mean by that is, let's say you want to create an image of Scooby-Doo. You can it'll create a fantastic looking image, but it has less well, Scooby-Doo is a common character. If you wanted to say Scooby-Doo eating ice cream, it's likely to mess that up. And if it's less common character, it's more likely to have trouble with it. So however, if you wanted to say Scooby-Doo eating ice cream for Gemini, it could do that easily. With GenTube, it sometimes can create the complicated image and sometimes it can't. And the more powerful AIs are more likely to be able to create the image in a satisfactory manner. And a number of images I've tried to create, it would create something silly or different than what I asked it to. Like it couldn't handle a simple request like create an image of a person with surrounded by animals. But at the same time, it can do a fantastic anime character. And it did do this image here. So it is spectacular, but it can't do everything. Alright. This is almost done here. Just touching up the little areas that look a little bit white. Okay, so the idea is I picked orange, but to make him look good, I think I need a bit of brown here. So I'm going to use some brown. Let's see. I'm going to start kind of like it's a shading area, a shaded area. So I'm going to start by putting some of the lower areas as brown. Okay, so I can make some of his muzzle brown here. Okay, so I had a thought here. I'm going to work on it next. Right now, I mean. I'm going to take this blue and use it for an outline for this border area around the rhino. So the prompt for this was something like electric rhino. Rather than lightning. So, coming all the way around here, and this helps with the, why this is a good color choice, the blue at the outside, is this helps with the idea that he's either made of electricity or being hit by electricity from the storm. Alright, back to brown. So I'm choosing some of the areas here that tend to be where I want them to be darker, such as the lower areas. Okay. Now most of the rest of it's going to be, oh, I see a little spot here. Most of the rest of it's going to be an orange and a little highlight in yellow. But I see some veins here. So I'm going to take this opportunity to increase the blue look. And his toenails. So I'm just coloring in some various areas here. There's some veins over here. Yeah, I'm almost done here with the blue. Okay, actually, I changed my mind about this horn, and I'm going to add some blue to it. Okay, there we go. I'm going to add the highlights first in yellow. So the highlights would be at the top. Bring that down a little bit, but mostly I'm just going to keep this to the top of the rhino here. This here, because this is his leg is kind of raised up here. Let's see, this looks like a good place for brown right here. Okay, now orange, what we've all been waiting for. So my attempts here have been to keep this from looking garish and unrealistic, despite the color choice, because it's a very unnatural color, bright orange all by itself. Well, it can be it's natural enough for birds and some animals, but it's like pink animals. You don't tend to see pink animals, and you can see orange in the coat of, say, a tiger, but it's not always the most natural color, so it tends to be like a orangish brown. It's common enough, but orange all by itself. So that's kind of what we've done here, is make him almost an orangish brown by adding enough brown where he just tends to look that way. See, I see some veins here. Maybe I can color them in a little bit. Okay. And this is almost done. Just rubbing in a little more orange. Filling in any white spots I might have missed. Let me move those out of the way so you can see the finished image. There we have it. Electrical rhino. Thank you for watching.